everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo, and we are on Junk Journal January today. Day number 8 is Blossom. So I just pulled out a bunch of things that I would like to use up. It sort of started with this lace that I tea-dyed. I've gotten an awful lot of lace thrifting recently, and this one I tea-dyed, and then I also dipped it in some stain, some essentially distress oxide stains, and yeah, it's just been hanging out. And then I had these things hanging around from some recent cleanup that I did of my fabric and yarn supplies, and so I'm like, this all kind of looks a little shabby and fun to me. And then I decided I would go into my printouts of digitals that I haven't used, things that I've printed for different projects that I keep in my kind of Tuesday 10 bin, where I try to use things up on Tuesdays, and I would glue it to some packaging. This is from the paper Cameo, and I feel like these things all just want to be together. I also have some inky book pages that are hanging around, and this is my Tub O mostly things that are flowers, and also a lint roller that is just living in there because it can. Okay, and also a strange old magnet from McDonald's in 1992, you know, just because. We'll just set that aside. Okay, so I think what I want to try to do is, I was imagining like using this lace sort of like as petals that I kind of ruffle them a little bit. I don't want to make anything too bulky though. So let me see here what I was thinking. Okay, so I want to use this as a collage page. So I'm just going to tear a bit of, this is a floral, you know, it has floral themes in it. So I'll just tear a bit of this off. And I think I'm actually kind of comfortable with this shape because I see these being sort of like things I can use as pockets and tuck spots. So then I'm going to cut a piece of this lace off here because it feels like it will go well. And I might need to take some stitching breaks because I feel like this project definitely will require a bit of stitching. So if we do something like this, then you know what I think I want to do? I want to just cut off this part that ruffles everything. We don't need that. It's just annoying. Yeah, and then we can straighten this out and make it easier and less bulky. Also, the bonus little bits of thread and stuff we get are nice and add to that sort of rustic feel. And then I'll grab a piece of this. This is like a quilt binding bias tape. So I was thinking of using them together to just kind of create like a bit of a ruffly bit like that, and then stitching around it to make sort of like a nice little tuck spot. Let's cut this off and we'll keep that like that. Okay, give me one moment to stitch. Okay, so that's stitched up really easily. Simple, and also not very bulky, which is wonderful because like that would make a really fun little tuck pocket there, right? Yay, I like that a lot. Okay, let's make a few of them because, you know, that's a little fun. So the blossom kind of comes from that these themselves look like a flower, but then also this is a floral paper, and I'm also going to be using some floral fabric as well. So, you know, creativity will blossom in many ways. So I love this eye. So I'm going to try to get the eye here. This one. Another fun shape. This would be nice like as an upper tuck spot maybe. And on this one, let's use some of this ribbon. And then again with the lace. And we will again just remove this part that ruffles it because it just adds bulk. So not necessary. Okay. And this one, I think I will start the ruffle situation over here. I just want to keep the fabric visible. I don't want to lose that fabric behind the lace. So I'm going to actually just maybe lay it right on top of it. Start here. I'm just holding it with my hand at the back and looping it around my finger and then adjusting the length to where I want it to be. Giving it a little twist. Okay. So I think that that is sufficient maybe for there. Although I guess I could keep going. One more here. It's just, I can only do so much because I can't hold on to it after a while. So I'm going to go ahead and go stitch this on, and I may keep going around it. I will return in a minute. Okay, so I like this one. That's a lot of fun. 2 little blossoms. Let's just keep going with this paper, I think. I'll just maybe tear these all out. Into some different shapes. Okay. This one has a bird on it, so maybe I'll try to keep it a little bit intact. We have enough for one more. And we do. Okay. And maybe I will also fold this book page in half. And do the same with it. And we'll have a whole little collection of these, and it will be a lot of fun. Okay, let's set these aside. Now let's go with this one. I think this one needs the pink again. And again, I'm going to go back to the ribbon because here's a piece of pink right here. I also have some other bits and bobs hanging around that I could use on my desk here. Where is the end of the lace? There it is. So I'll cut this again. If you ever don't know what to do with like simple ruffled lace, just get rid of the ruffle. And then you're not like tied into having it be just a ruffly piece of fabric, right? Okay, so let's start at the top here. Bring that down and back up. And we'll just continue. And then I think, you know, you're good. Once you've got about 3 of them here, you can sort of stop and just keep whatever carry over. Or if I want to add, maybe I'll add this onto it. And as you're stitching in the round, you can add again another piece, stitch across, add another piece. So I'm going to finish all of these up and then I will show the finished product to you. Actually, before I finish up, so I just did this one, then I remembered I still have all these flower petals that were part of the whole blossom theme. So some of these are like old, you know, silk flowers. They're not complete anymore, so I want to use those as well. So let me show you what I'm going to do with those. So I'm just going to start here, then I'm going to take this, plunk it up here so that we get the petals, and do the same exact thing again. You know, ruffling my fabric back here. I may not add lace to all of them. I may just add it to some, and then with the other ones, maybe I won't. I'll just add some flower petals like these because that will be a lot of fun to just have there. So I will make a few with the flower petals as well. Okay, so these are all done and I really like them. I think they're a lot of fun. So let me show them to you kind of one at a time. So we saw this one, I think already, right? This was the one I said would be good as a little pocket down here. Then of course we have the eye, which would be fun as an upper tuck kind of spot. These would also just be good as clusters, or you could add them to pockets or to the bottom of pages, like, you know, so. to hang out the side of the journal. They're like a paper-backed applique, really. You know, that could be a side tuck spot. You know, they can also just be, like I said though, like a cluster. You could just add this on a fun page, but where they're nice and thick, I'm going to definitely be using them as, like, I think pockets. This one is a little thinner because it's on the book page, so I could just glue that right down and have this really beautiful applique on my page. This one has the bird here. I have this little diamond bird, and I think it turned out quite pretty. I think it would be pretty at the top of a page even. And this one's kind of like a, almost like a petal, you know, it could just kind of hang down and be a petal. And then a little bit less fluffy one, just this little one here, and that could also be either a little cluster or even a little tuck spot. So that is my little project here for Blossom, and hopefully you will, you know, give it a try and make yourself some easy, beautiful little clusters or pockets. So have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow for the next day of Junk Journal January. Bye for now.